4th, 2013. Just looking at the spring catalog, there's a flower, birds and flower magazine that Gordon gets. And one of the things I was reading in it is that there's one flower called, it's part of the family Bigwort. It spells M-U-L-L-E-O-N. No, E-I-N. And it's kind of a fuzzy green, but the flower stalk itself is just a single stalk, and it grows, at least the one that grew up north, grew over 6 feet tall. It was just amazing. I watched it grow, and it shot straight up tall, and then about 4 feet up off the ground, and started getting these yellow flowers all the way around it, almost like a cob of corn, and it just stretched all the way up another, I'd say almost another 2 feet. It was amazing how many bees and bugs fed off the plant, but it was kind of, I'd never seen one grow that tall. It was just undisturbed, able to grow. Usually you see them growing in ditches and stuff, but it had beautiful yellow flowers all the way around it, all the way up. So by midsummer, it's really blooming big. There was thinking about spring up north, because usually there were certain flowers that would come out first. What was amazing was the ferns. Since we was along, we had, like I said, three creeks running through our property, so you go down, and in the spring, right around Mother's Day, there was a certain flower that had really wet feet that would grow right out of the water. Beautiful yellow flower. I don't know what those are. I have to find out. Another thing that popped up was the ferns. I think there's a lot of ferns because in the creek, a lot of moisture in the creek bed areas. Tons and tons of ferns. These ferns were, you don't really see them this far south. This was, we lived up by Duluth, so it was more and more of a northern climate. But it was almost like a curled up, like those straws that you used to whistles you could blow and they'd unravel. They would start that small in the base, and then they would slowly unravel themselves up into long ferns. Beautiful plant. I remember some of the when they talked about them, some of those up north programs said that they were when they're smaller and curled up like that, you could take them off and you're supposed to be able to fry them and eat them. And then some part of the root was edible too. From the Native Americans would feed off of those. There's like different things that you could. You had to survive in the woods. I think there's a certain part of the cattail, not the external stuff, the part that grew in the ground. It's part of the root. You could eat cattail root, but these ferns were quite edible, especially if you got them round up. It was weird because they looked like almost like a bug curled up, but then once they unraveled, very interesting. Another flower that came early in the spring up there was the vermilion. I remember that was a good sign of spring was here. That was the first flower I remember seeing it. It was real small, maybe a ½ inch big, but it was just the detail. If you had not necessarily a microscope, but just a magnifying glass, and looked at the detail, it was like a big, beautiful flower, but just on a miniature scale. It was just amazing. And that's just, I was thinking of spring today, and looking at that flower. I think I was in the store and was trying to buy, was going to buy some potting soil. Bought some extra pots, and I've been saving my egg cartons because I want to plant. I want to be able to fill those up. Egg carton and plant a bunch of seeds and get those seedlings growing. Kind of get ahead of the season because the season is short here. So you want to get the flowers growing quick, and then you can get them. Once the ground thaws, get them in the ground and have them longer. So I think I'll be doing more. Spend some more garden work. Like last year, we didn't. We had. I got a picture of me holding pumpkins. The first 2 years, we grew pumpkins real easy, just water them. But we had a hard time with the animals feeding them. I think the first year was pumpkins. Second year was pumpkins and watermelon. And we didn't like last year. We had 2 years in a row and didn't carve any of the pumpkins. So it was like, so we're going to do it again. So was it last year? We had no pumpkins. I think so. Anyway, there's a big hill sitting back there, and I think I'm just going to cover it with flowers. I know we cleared along one tree, and it's got a nice base around it. I think we'll drain some soil, put in there, and grow some flowers in there. We try to grow flowers. We grew tomatoes along the side of the house, but they're so dry, and the ground's not really good soil here, so the ground is just too dry and sandy. And it was weird last year. The first year, the tomato plants did real well, as long as you watered them. But this last year there was something because a lot of the tomato plants, I remember hearing on the radio, tomato plants didn't do too well. There was what was it? Was it the drought? There was something that caused it. Tomato plants not to do well. They didn't do very well here in Minnesota last year. But we always try to grow tomato plants because we eat a lot of tomatoes around here. But on the side of the house where the sun gets from the noon on going that way is all sunny all day. So to grow some, we always throw down what's the ones that come back every year? Young ones. You think of them. They're supposed to keep the bees away, which they do. You don't really see. They're pretty. I don't know what bug is around them, but you don't really see too many bees around them. I like to plant. One year we tried to plant morning glory, and they grew up. But again, like I said, the base, when we planted them, I even put dirt in there to get them to grow. But they were just really skimpy, and it seemed like the sun was really strong there. The morning glories, one of them, sun in the morning. It grew up and got too close to the barbecue on the deck there, and Gordon didn't like that because too close. He had to worry about them getting burnt. And I figured, well, if they get burnt, they'll quit growing toward the farm. But no, so we cut them all out. I think you're supposed to leave the stems, and then they'll come back next year the same, grow thicker next, year after year. But we trim them all down, and we just have different ways of how we attack and how we think plants should grow. So you didn't think they'd grow there. You didn't think the string, and the vine is going to grow up the easiest path they can. And it grew right up to the strings, just like I thought it would. But try different things, and it fails. So you try something else and just give it up altogether. I'm going to try some flowers this year. I really like to spend a little time in the yard. I know I moved. We're supposed to be getting some pine trees. That's right. You ordered up. I want to say some blue spruce, some type of pine, and we got to figure out which border about 10 of them. Which border we're going to put them on? One of the back borders. It's trees, the pine trees are getting so old, they're starting to decuperate. One's dead, dried up and died, and it's falling down. It ain't going to be long, the other ones are. Have lived their life and are eventually going to probably all come down. But some of the seedlings, 2-foot seedlings that had grown off of those seeds, I planted and moved to I guess it'd be western side. There's a big space of the trees that ain't growing there, and I planted, moved some of those over and planted them. I think 5 of them, and one died last year. Pines are really hard to transfer because they don't have very deep roots, and you gotta water the hell out of them, which we did the first year. Last year I was kind of slacking. It was kind of a drought. It was really hard, not only to water the ground, but to water every day, water the pine needles to keep them fresh. But I could see in the snow out today that there's still 3 of them poking up through the snow. And it's hard because the snow is real heavy and really decapitates them when they're hanging over like that. But a lot of projects going on. I was going to play a song from Alice Cooper, No More Mr. Nice Guy, but that was for a different topic. But we'll see what comes up here. March 24th, 2013. No More Mr. Nice Guy. I might talk about this tomorrow. There's a story behind the song. There's a song behind the story. March 24th, 2013.